All right, we're going to take a break soon, but before we go, I want to have you give your thoughts on the Colin Kaepernick situation, NFL player.
Colin Kaepernick.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
49ers quarterback, I salute him. I'm very proud of my brother for him to take a stand like that. Mind you, he's a multi-million-dollar athlete, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, one of the most athletic persons in the world. And for him to decide not to stand for the singing of the national anthem because of the police brutality and genocide that's going on in this country, I have to salute him. Here's a brother who's risking his whole life. He's a young brother. I think he's still in his 20s. He's risking his whole life to take a stand for his people. LeBron ain't do that. Okay, Serena didn't do that. So we got to look at him. And I really salute that brother because we haven't seen black athletes take that type of a stance since Muhammad Ali.
What do you think about the speech that Jesse Williams gave at the award show?
Oh, very impressive. Very impressive. And I commend Brother Jesse Williams for doing the same thing. And I don't know if the brother is biracial or not. I heard that he was. If so, I commend him even more. Because knowing many biracial Pan-Africans, I understand the challenge that they have being a race in between, two races. I commend him even more for that type of position. So my hat goes off to him too, because again, you haven't seen that type of activism from black actors since the days of Ozzie Davis or Ruby Dee.
It always blows me away when the feedback from things like this, for someone finally standing up and taking a stance, the feedback is they're inciting racism, they're being belligerent, they're creating an uprising. And I don't understand that, because when we speak, why is that the case when we speak on something that's wrong? Why does it automatically go there?
You're supposed to know your proof. America still believes that it owns black people. America still believes that it has a right to determine how you think and be. And we are partly responsible for that because we have done all we can to be approved by white folks. And because we have often sought their approval for most of what we do, we have made them very comfortable feeling they even have a right to speak out on how you do it injustice. That's very arrogant. Think about it now. You have people from the oppressor group that is chastising the oppressed for how they respond to the injustice. It's just like the different revolts that we've had across America. Baltimore, Milwaukee, where I just was Sunday, and all these other places. After our people take to the streets and unrest, white folks come and say that was wrong. That's not how you deal with police brutality. Who are you to tell us how to respond to your mistreatment?
We have a local issue here where we have a Robert E. Lee statue that's up for debate as to whether or not, I believe it's at a courthouse, and it's up for debate as to whether or not
it's a public park.
To remove it. And of course you have people saying that it's heritage, not hate, and they want to.
We can.
But they offered. Hold on. But they offered to give us a Julian Bond statue to kind of pacify there being a Lee statue.
It can't be him, in respect to the memory and legacy of Julian Bond. But there's too many other freedom fighters we've had who were more committed and who were more unapologetic and courageous in their fight than Julian Bond. If they're going to give us a statue, and respect to Julian Bond, this doesn't take nothing away from him, but that's not the image that I'm looking for. Now, here's the thing, though. We can't settle for that. Because you can put up a statue of an African, but you still have a strong symbol of white supremacy. One of the, and it may have been Robert E. Lee, I got to double check the name, but one of the leading politicians of the Confederacy during the time of the war between the states, in referencing the Confederate flag, he specifically stated that this flag is a symbol of white power and black inferiority. So you cannot separate white supremacy from the heritage of the South. When they say it's about heritage,
I don't get it.
Our follow-up question should be, what heritage exactly?
What
does Robert E. Lee represent? He represents white domination and black dehumanization. Period. You cannot say, just like the Confederate flag, white domination is black inferiority. That's all it represents.
Absolutely, sir. I agree with you. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to In My Humble Opinion, Maxilia Robinson and Charles Lewis on 101.3 Jams. Guest for today's show, Dr. Umar Johnson. We'll be right back.